And we're here tonight live with a good buddy of mine over there at 6fig Stocks. Go ahead and just introduce yourself to our people over here and let them know who you are, and just tell them a little bit about yourself and how you got into crypto and maybe how you found out about NFTs.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks again for having me here, man. Just to kind of share with you guys, I met Bitcoin Renegade on Crypto Wendy's channel when we were on there a few weeks ago. That was super fun, and we thought it'd be kind of fun to do some collaborations. So right now on my YouTube channel, I basically focus on TA. So I will cover a whole gambit of coins. I do a lot of live streams, things like that. I'll do some more in-depth reviews on certain projects from time to time. If I like them enough or whatever. That's actually something I've been trying to do a little bit more. How I first got into Bitcoin, it's a crazy story because my first experience with Bitcoin was buying 200 Bitcoin. So I bought 200 Bitcoin for $1,200. And at the time, they were $6 a Bitcoin. Wow. I was a poor, broke college kid. And one of my techie buddies calls me up one day. He says, "You got to buy Bitcoin." And I'm going, he goes, "You can make money. It's like a stock." And I'm going, okay, here we go. I'm going to see if we can maybe do a flip or something like that. So what did I do as a broke college kid? Right. Well, I went and got my Wells Fargo credit card and fired that thing up. It had a $1,200 limit because I maxed that thing out. And that's how I ended up with the 200 Bitcoin. Well, long story short, a month or two go by and I can't afford a maxed out credit card payment. I don't know what it was, but the Bitcoin had gone up to like $7 in this time frame, or it had gone up to a point where I was able to make like 100, 150, 200 bucks off it. And I was like, okay, this is it. I'm done with it. And that was the end of it. I never really revisited cryptocurrency kind of until Ethereum came rolling around.
And then even when you first got into it,
this was I want to say this was back in the day. This was probably 10 years ago.
Did you say 2012?
I don't even know. What's that?
2012 around then? So
possibly. It very well could have been. It very well could have been. I guess it was probably the last time when Bitcoin was right around that $6 or $7 mark. I have to go back and look at that.
Right. Yeah. I know what you mean. I have the same thing when it comes to videos and going back. So I feel you. Yeah, but I mean, I could not imagine buying Bitcoin for that price and then, selling it. You're a broke college kid. You make $150 profit. You think you're doing good, right? Nobody at that time thought Bitcoin was going to be anything. So I can see where you come from.
Dude. Right. And, going back in hindsight, it looks like this mistake that okay, it's worth almost $15-16 million today. But whatever I did with that money, probably bought beer and pizza, stuff like that. And, I would, if I was in that situation, not being able to forecast the future, obviously, hindsight's 2020 when we can look back, but, I would have done the same thing. I took my profits and kind of left it where it was and never kind of touched it again. So, I didn't touch it again until kind of like Ethereum starts rolling around, bought a little bit of it. And then really the last couple of years is when I started getting back into it heavy, probably like the 17, 18 bull run, somewhere in there. It was like starting to really trigger on my mind, starting to kind of mess with it a little bit more and getting back, so much had changed. Back in the day when I was dealing with this Bitcoin, it was this shady internet money. If everybody,
what was it like back then when you dealt with? Because I never got into crypto back then. Was it like a crypto wallet, or were there exchanges? How was it like?
So I bought it off an exchange, and I don't remember exactly which one it was. I vaguely remember like this darker color background, and then it very well could have possibly been Mount Gox.
Oh, no way.
Probably one of
no way.
It very well could have. To be honest, I couldn't tell you exactly what name of it it was. Just, I after I traded it back to the market, I was like done with it. So
yeah. And so you got back
it was
in
a crazy
Ethereum
ride.
came out. Was there a reason for that? Did you just like have friends that told you about it, or you just heard it on the news, or what? How did that look like?
Yeah, so one of my friends, like I said, he was kind of like a techie guy, and he was kind of going to school for like web development and stuff. So this was kind of stuff that was on his radar and that he had told me about.
Right.
And he ended up picking, long story short here again, he ended up grabbing like I don't know, he had like 60 Bitcoin or something, and he ended up getting it stolen somehow. I think he was selling it on eBay at the time, and eBay would not police the sale of cryptocurrencies on eBay. But I think what somebody did to him was he sold a bunch of Bitcoin on eBay to somebody. He sent, he got the payment, then he sent the Bitcoin or something, and then whoever he sold it to filed a claim or something. And of course, eBay refunded him, and he lost the money. And it was only I don't know, a couple $100 at the time, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But I think after that, my buddy that got me into it really kind of got out of it. He was disgusted with crypto, and that was the end of it.
Yeah, bad experiences equal that. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So what
brought you to NFTs after that? Sorry, I just kind of want to.
Oh yeah, no, NFTs, man. The NFTs, I really didn't get into until late in the game. There's another YouTuber goes by the name of Crypto Airborne. I don't know if he's in the comments, or he might be doing his own live stream or something right now, but very close friend. I actually met him on YouTube way back in the day, and we just stayed in contact. I know his family. I go and stay at his house when I'm down in New Jersey or Florida, whatever. Anyways, he kind of got me into it. And really my first experience with NFTs was through a project called Badass Bulls. And this kid, Crypto Airborne, is just a crazy, I don't know, he's got his finger on the pulse when it comes to finding these projects. And he's like, man, you got to buy like 10 of these things. It's going to blow up, blah, blah, blah. I'm just going, dude, like, this is a cartoon picture, man. Like, we're dealing with Ethereum on OpenSea. The gas fees are costing like, I don't know, whatever. So I ended up getting one. And I ended up getting Badass Bulls number 110. I think I picked it up for like 0.015 ETH at the time. I think I sat on it and for like 2 weeks, and then I was originally just going to keep the NFT. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to just test the market and see if there's anybody that would want this, because I kept seeing the floor price was kind of creeping up. And so I just thought, okay, I'll list this thing for 0.025 ETH or whatever it is. And sure enough, I woke up in the middle of the night and, I made like $400 on it after I got my, I think after the fees and stuff like that. It might have been a little bit less, but really that was my first experience with the NFTs. And then like I got hooked. I really did get hooked on NFTs. And the thing about NFTs that really kind of killed it for me was the popularity of OpenSea and Ethereum and the gas fee transactions. So that really kind of capped my interest.
That's why I didn't really get involved in it.
Right. And that is the barrier of entry for a lot of people and especially when it comes to trying to grow this ecosystem or this wing of crypto known as NFTs, things like that, is these NFTs can be videos, they can be audio clips, they can be art,
right?
Whatever you want them to be. And so there's so
how do you
many.
go about buying them before we go into kind of what they are? What do you do when you want them? So you said that you sold and made a $400 profit one day. That was one time though, right? So what would a normal person, this is what my audience probably wants to know, what I want to know is, how do you start out buying NFTs, and how would you go about the average person just making a little bit of money? Now that the NFT boom isn't as big, is that still possible? And what would that look like?
Yeah, so a good starting place is to, if you're looking, you need to really decide if you're trying to make a quick flip or if you're going to really hold this NFT for a long-term bet. Once you can decide what that is, then, just researching the projects, making sure they're legitimate. There are websites like rarity.tools, and I can share the screen if you'd like. Bear with me 1 second here. And so this is a great tool if you're looking at getting into like the NFTs and you're interested in a certain project. Now, the thing with Rarity Tools is they're not going to have every single project. These are more blue chip projects. You kind of get the drift.
Right.
So it's a great tool to use. And I don't own any of these, so I'm just going to click on House of Legends, for example.
Okay.
And really, the goal is to, when you're looking to buy one of these NFTs, there's two ways you can approach this. If you're just looking for, the sex appeal of the picture, like you really like this picture, you don't care how rare it is, blah, 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 you can just go ahead and buy it. But,
right.
That
most
might
people
not be
have
the
a
best
preference
approach
though,
to
right?
trade.
And if you want to buy it to sell it in the future, you're probably going to want to get one that more people would like to get, and not just like a plain.
Right. Okay. Yep. And people, if you're looking to make a trade on an NFT, the main focus is to get something that really provides a great scarcity at a great value. So what's interesting about this Rarity Tools is, for example, we can click on this NFT here. It's got one of the higher scores. So with that said, this is among the rank 1 top tier NFTs of this project, and you can see the second and the third tier NFTs are not even available for sale. So they must have got bought up or something like that. But you can this is a great tool to use. There's lots of other tools like this. I know there's a lot of these NFT projects have Discords, so people will be able to, talk about these projects. But this is a great point to start off as trying
and
to
so that'll take you right to
trades
OpenSea where you can buy it, right?
Yep.
Cool. So yeah, you can find everything you need in that one place. I like that. I will leave that in the description after the show. We will let you guys go right over there to the Rarity so that you can kind of look at these NFTs. And if you're looking to buy them, you can kind of see right here. That's a real good tool, man. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is a great tool. Like I said, this is really more for like blue chip stuff. You kind of get the drift. The one thing that I don't like about OpenSea and stuff like that is, of course, the gas fees for ETH. As we were mentioning before, there's just that high barrier of entry. I just thought I would go ahead and share with you guys some of the NFTs that I own. They're not for sale. Well, a couple of these are, but this is on Nervosnetwork, and this is collect.me. This is an NFT marketplace with no gas fees. So basically, these are just some of the NFTs I've purchased, but they've got a huge marketplace. This is I have made some money selling NFTs on this.
Okay.
Probably to the tune of, I don't know, maybe $300-400. I'm just not selling a whole lot of NFTs because it just I'm just not big into it. But they got tons of stuff here. It's just kind of a newer marketplace with low gas fees. So you can look, if you're just interested in collecting the art side of things, you can find a lot of these marketplaces like collect.me that have low gas fees, stuff like that. So
yeah, Polygon Network has a
it.
lot of low gas fees as well. So this is another good one that I'd like to see. And this is collect.me. And so is that where you just keep your personal stash, or do you work with collect.me, or that's just where you got them, or what?
Yeah, so collect.me was the first NFT, or it is the first and only, well, there might be another NFT marketplace, but it's one of the premier marketplaces right now built on Nervosnetwork, and I'm just huge into that project as a fan of it.
Makes sense to me.
So I have no connections. This isn't a dirty shill or anything like
that.
No. But
I wouldn't even care if you did, man. I think that would be cool. Shoot,
I'm here. So it's kind of a nice alternative.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's straight on the blockchain. So it would be a lot like the ICP punks. This is just on the Nervos. I get it. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I know a little bit about NFTs. It's just so now take me through the process of you buying one of these and making a profit. Like, can you show a past trade that you actually made a profit with?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I'll do is show you guys some things on Collect, and then I'll show you guys the trade I made on OpenSea with that badass bull.
Cool.
So let's just say, for example, so I had minted, bear with me one second, guys.
No problem.
I had minted quite a few of these NFTs. I had done a series where I altered dollar bills, and I planned to get a $2 bill and a $5 bill, alter them for satire purposes. And so basically what you can do in Photoshop is go ahead and create whatever NFT you want. And this is just something I threw together, and people loved it. And so what you can do is, once you have your design in Photoshop or whatever it is that you created it, you can come to like collect.me, basically upload it, put out a description. You can either choose to sell it or not. And then you just click sell and you can mint an NFT. And
so wait, if I wanted to, sorry, 1 second before you go on. If I want to take like my Bitcoin, sorry, this gets me excited. If I take my Bitcoin Renegade like logo and copy it, I could put it in there and mint an NFT off of my logo.
Absolutely.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Okay, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt you. I just want to, let them know how cool that is. That you can take anything like your favorite picture or your, logo or your company business or just anything that you want, and you can mint it into an NFT, and then you can sell it to people. That is freaking awesome.
It's sick, yeah. So if you're an artist out there that wants to sling their art, like this is a great spot. So yeah, it costs 400 CKB. And to give you guys an idea of how much a CKB costs, currently it's trading at about $0.015. So we're looking at maybe $4.50 to actually mint this. And each additional mint might cost $2, give or take, in that ballpark, which is really nothing. So
that's the copy. So if you want more than one copy.
Okay. Yep. So you could do like a run of 10 and just have it be like a super rare limited mint that you're doing. Like for this NFT, what did I do? I did a run of 10 mints, 10 NFTs, and I sold them all for, I think, 1,500 CKB or somewhere in that area, somewhere in that neighborhood, and they sold out. And now you can see that these people out there are selling them on the open market. So what's interesting about collect.me too is, let's just say maybe you don't want to buy CKB, or you don't want to deal with all that, swapping coins. You can go ahead and you can pay with a credit card or a check card if you wanted to.
Okay. That's kind of cool.
Pretty sure.
That it allows you to bring the regular financial system into it. Okay. Cool.
Right. And I'm not sure what's going on here, but I don't know. I might have too many windows open or something's going on, but yeah, you can pay or check out with a credit card, which is really cool.
Right on.
As far as like, yeah, dude, it's a nice marketplace, to say the least.
So let's take a look at that badass bull now. This is the one that your friend, the one you were telling about that got you into it, and then you bought it on the OpenSea and you made a $400 profit.
It was somewhere in that neighborhood, I think. Yeah. So badass bulls. This is it.
And when did you do that? What month? What month was this? Was this last year or 2 years ago?
This was about 6-7 months ago, maybe. I'll find the badass bull here that I owned. Okay. So this is the project. The floor price is 0.013, and it was badass bull. I think I saw it at the bottom. So let's see if I can find this quick. Here it is. So this is the badass bull that I owned at one time. Now this guy owns it. But yeah, here you go. So you can see that it's about 6 months ago. So I bought this thing for 0.015 ETH.
Wow.
Looks like I sold it to this guy for 0.23 ETH.
Nice.
So whatever that was.
How much is it worth now?
So whatever 0.2, well, I guess, see if they're trying to sell it. They're not even trying to sell it now.
Oh, okay. So there isn't really a price until they try to sell it. Okay.
Yeah.
And then he could put whatever price he wanted, and it's up to people to buy it. Okay. So that was cool. And that just took you 1 day to do that whole thing?
Oh, for what?
To do this trade, you bought it and then 1 day later you sold it, or how long was that?
About a month. About a month later.
Okay.
About a month later. Yeah.
If you're going to make a profit in an NFT, how long does that normally take? Like the normal one, not like a badass one, but just like a normal, one.
Oh man, that's a good question.
Probably not a good answer.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I think it's just that whole how bad the project is trending, or how good the project is trending. I mean, there's just so many factors into it. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know that answer, man.
Yeah. So I want to go in and look at a project here that we have heard about from my team of people, and see if we can't find out if this is a good, project or not. So let me give you my screen here. All right. Now it's called mycryptoheroes.net. Now that is probably the ad place. Let's see. I normally don't like to do the top one, but I know that that's the right one.
Okay.
All right. So if I look here, my crypto heroes, your time and passion will become assets. And so you can just go right in and play this on, but I want to learn about it real quick before we play this thing. So I guess they have MCH coins. Let's see here.
What MCH? Let's see. Oh, is that Polygon?
Yeah, I think this is on Polygon.
Okay.
Okay, hold up. Oh, you got to sign in here? Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
I have no clue. So I didn't prepare this, so just bear with me here. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so here's the hero dictionary. I just kind of want to go in. We're probably not going to play this game tonight, but I guess you have your heroes. The problem that I have with traditional gaming is that once you put your money into a game, it's worth absolutely nothing anymore. And I know a lot of people put art and other stuff into NFTs. Like you were saying, you could put real estate, you could put money, you could put whatever into an NFT, art. Well, now these people are putting video games into NFTs. And so I guess each one of these that you get is its own NFT, right? Oh, this one goes with your George Washington dollar right here.
I love it, man.
That's cool. You got Leonardo da Vinci, King Arthur, Joan of Arc. Like, okay, this is pretty cool.
That's interesting. Einstein.
Like real characters in history. I like it. I mean, who wouldn't want to own Albert Einstein NFT, man? Avatar.
I mean, yeah, if you could use that as your character, that's pretty sweet. Yeah. And I like what you were just saying. Like, I can't tell you probably how many thousands of dollars I've dropped on Grand Theft Auto 5 over the last few years.
Oh, yeah.
But it's up there, man. And none of that money, none of those guns, none of the sweet airplanes or vehicles. I can't take any of that with me anywhere. So it's just, man, I like the concept of being able to possibly take these NFTs to other variations of games or,
oh, here we go. See, this is the weapons he's talking about. You can't get none of this back in the normal games. Like you spend, say, if you want to earn the weapon, you can. Like in the MMO games you have nowadays, you can either play for like 6 months and earn the weapon with all the stuff that it takes to do, or you can buy it for like $100. And so if you buy it for $100, it has zero value now. That $100 that you just spent goes to the game, and you cannot sell this anymore. All you can do is use that weapon in the game, but you don't have any value. Well, with an NFT, if you get sick of this blade, you can sell it and buy this blade or, whatever else you want. So that's why I think NFTs are going to change the game. What do you think about that? Are you a gamer? And if so, have you played any NFT games? And if
so I'm a gamer.
What one's a good one?
Yeah, so I am a gamer, to be honest with you. I have not really latched on to any NFT games at all. I do know one of my friends who was playing, it was like kind of like a farm simulator NFT game or cryptocurrency game. I don't know if you could buy NFTs or not in it, but I haven't seen anything that's really piqued my interest. For me, I play a lot of like Xbox Series X, or the newest Xbox. I play a lot of Xbox. I play
I'm a PS4
flight simulator
PS5
stuff
guy.
like that.
Yeah.
Oh, are you okay?
I like Xbox though. I just never bought one, man. I don't know why. I love video games, so I'm an Xbox guy too, but I just own a PlayStation.
Yeah, it's so hit or miss. But yeah, like even going back to like I'll play a lot of flight simulator and stuff, because back in the day I went to school to be a commercial pilot, and so like I'm fascinated by flight and stuff like that. So in this flight sim game, I'll be buying all these jets and flying these jets all over the place. Number one, because I can't do it in real life, but number two, if there were NFTs, maybe I don't know about that. I've flown a couple of small planes. But there's the other aspects, like, hey, the next flight sim game that comes out, am I going to be able to transfer this over to the next gen flight sim game? I don't know. It'd be nice.
This is cool. Check this out. They actually, so if you played like old school card games, like, I don't know, I grew up with a thing called Yu-Gi-Oh! It was like this card game that you could play, and you would have like these different attacks that you could do. I wasn't really into Magic or anything like a lot of other people, but it has like all of these things that deal damage to all enemies equal to 35 to 45% of the hero's intelligence. And look at the intelligence of this weapon. It's major. So this would be a good weapon. This would probably be one of the best weapons you could get in this game. Now, if you're buying these legendary items, is there a difference in NFTs between the classes of items that you buy? Like in traditional games, you have your common, your rare, and then your legendaries and your epics, then your legendaries, stuff like that. Do they have that in NFTs, or is that only with video games?
That would be a good question, man. And I do think like you're onto something there, because, well, let's just say if there's only 5,000 of the best swords out there, well, are these things going to become like an asset that's going to appreciate over time? Like, that's going to be so sick.
That's sick.
I'm sure a lot of these weapons and stuff will be rare.
Okay, let's view the offer. Can we buy them? So this is where we would buy right here. Uniswap, vote.
Okay.
You can claim. Oh, so if you have, how do you claim them? What does it mean? I should have looked at this before I came over here. I have no clue what this is even. Okay, well, if you guys want to come in here and kind of dink around, I just think this is kind of cool, and it gives us a better, feature to concentrate on with NFTs while we're talking about it. Maybe not this game, but this is where you could start just stuff like this. There's so many more better games that we could play than that, but that's just one of the ones. My crypto heroes. I've seen other ones. Do you know of any good NFT games that we could look into?
I'll share my screen here.
Yeah, do that.
There is one, and I know of this because I'm big into the whole Nervosnetwork side of things, and I have not started playing this game yet. But this is an NFT card game, kind of similar to like Yu-Gi-Oh or something like this. But the way this works is, so the way this works is, I guess we'll have to log in with the MetaMask. I don't know if I gotta do that. But the way this works is you have NFTs of all these celebrities, and this is a very satire game. So you could buy LaFlame or Logan, or you could buy Travis Scott or Pogan Lal or Leonardo DiCaprio, or you see how they spoof their names.
Yeah, I love it.
But the way these cards work is so like you can battle them out. Like if you had a deck of these cards and I had a deck of these cards, we could battle it out. And the way that this works is these cards are tied to these celebrities, like YouTube channels. They're tied to their Twitter accounts, whatever, Discord. I mean, you name it. And so it depends on. So what happens is this game tracks like how much these celebrities are trending, and your card can become, let's just say Logan Paul was trending in the news for one of his boxing fights. Well, his card is going to become more powerful during that time. So the powerfulness. Yeah. So like, let's just say like Ellen DeGeneres, like wasn't doing squat, she's not putting out any social media. It's just dull. Like the properties of her card will go down, and the strength of her card will go down based on that. And if she really picked up her social media again, the card would respawn. Mm-hmm. Yep. So it would just respawn and recover and become this powerful card. So there's kind of these ebbs and flows to these cards, and the values change. And like I said, this is built on Nervosnetwork. And I haven't really gotten a chance to really.
I like that one more than the other one that you showed us too. That one's kind of my jam.
Yeah,
I like the other ones you were showing us, but this one, I mean, I could see having value and then maybe even making money. So you say that the attributes get higher when they're doing good. Does the value of the NFT go up when they're doing good though?
I would assume it would. I don't know if we can. Why isn't this working?
Yeah, because that's what matters. I mean, yeah, you want if you're like avid card game player, yeah, you want the thing to go up. But if you're a collector, you want it to go up, but you want to also make some money off of it too. Yeah, so that would be good. Sure. Sell it right before a Logan Paul fight's over, because after that fight's over, his thing is going to go back down, and then that would be a good strategy for sure. So, I think that's going to about wrap it up for tonight. I really appreciate you on the show. You guys, everybody on the channel, do not forget to go over and subscribe to his channel. We are going to be doing another live stream over there here in, I don't know, about 10 to 20 minutes, however long it takes to set it up. And then check us out over there. I'm not sure what it's going to be about, but it's going to be something awesome, I promise. All right. So, all right, guys, that being said, you know what time it is. Goodbye. and good Bitcoin. Bang! All right, I'll text